Hi everyone, and welcome to our next video on Cisco Packet Tracer. In the last video we looked at one commonly used network device, and that is a hub. A hub can connect computers together in a local area network so they can communicate with each other. Specifically what it does is it receives packets from a source computer and it copies the packet data and it sends that data to all other computers to the hub, whether they want that data or not. It doesn't hold addresses in memory, and that's what brings the cost down of a hub. That is one of the upsides, is its low cost. The problem with a hub is it will cause excess data traffic by sending packets to devices that did not want the data. If you refer to the Osi model, a hub works on layer 1. That is the physical layer, which is different than what we're going to look at next, which is a switch. A switch also connects computers together on a local area network, but it functions differently than a hub. One thing is it does have memory and it can hold the MAC addresses of the connected devices. The MAC address is the physical address that is on the network interface card of the device. That is a set address that is assigned at the manufacturing plant. The upside of a switch is it does not produce the data congestion that a hub does. Problem is it is more expensive than a hub. In terms of the Osi model, a switch is a layer 2 device. It functions on the data link layer. Let's go in and take a look in Cisco Packet Tracer and see how a switch functions. So I've already got 5 PCs here. I've gone in and I've went to end devices. I've clicked on PC and I've put in 5 PCs here. I've selected 5 different IP addresses. We're going to assign each one of these a static IP address. So if I click on this one, I've already done that. I'm going to go select it. I'm going to go to IP config and I'm going to select static IP address, and I'm going to put the IP address in. Just click on subnet mask and it defaults to that subnet mask. You can close the window. Do the same thing for this. Here, go to this PC, click on IP config static, and we're going to assign this 10.10.10.2. Click on subnet mask. It will assign it that and close that. So we have our 5 PCs here with their own IP address, and what we're going to do is we're going to go down to network devices. We're going to select the switch and we're going to click on 2960. We're going to pick that switch and bring it in, and then we're going to connect our PCs to the switch. We're going to do that with hard wires. We're not going to use wireless just yet, so we need to go down to connections and I need to go to copper straight through and select that, and let's connect the first one from the Ethernet port on that device to the switch. Now when I do that and click on the switch, you can see all the ports that this switch has. This model has 24 fast Ethernet ports. You can see the way they're labeled: fast Ethernet 0/1, fast Ethernet port 0/2, and so on, all the way up to 24. And then we've got 2 gigabit Ethernet ports for very fast data transfer. We can connect those to routers if we wish. So the first one, I can pick any of these fast Ethernet ports, and you're going to do that for all of these. Just connect from the fast Ethernet port to one of the ports on the switch. Do that for all your 5 PCs, like so. And as you can see, when you connect, all of these connections here are orange. What that means is when you bring in a switch, actually it takes a little bit of time for the switch to learn the MAC addresses of each of the devices. So that's what it's doing right now. And you can see this is now green, this is now green. So it's learning the MAC address of each device. And that's the way it would work in the real world. You can see that it's just about done. If I wanted to speed it up, I can actually just go here and I can click on this, and this will just fast forward time, and it will bring all those connections up if I've wired everything properly together. So you can see that now we have our switch connected to our 5 computers. We're going to do a simulation to show some data transfer. So I'm going to click on simulation. Very important though, first, once you do that, you're going to go to Edit Filters, and you're going to go to IP version 4. And you might see all of these boxes selected. We're only going to use ICMP. Just make sure that one's selected and deselect all these other ones. We're not going to get into this too much right now. Just to show you how the simulation works, we need just this one selected. So we're going to close this window here so you can see everything on the screen, because we're going to use this to show an example of a data transfer. We're going to go Add Simple PDU. You're going to click on that, and you're going to click on the source computer. So if I want to send from this one, I can click on that, and then let's say I want to send to this device, I can just click on that one, and you can see it's getting ready with the packet data. I'm going to go down here and click on this here. This is capture then forward. Click on it once, and you can see that the data gets sent to the switch. Now remember, with a hub, what happens next is that packet gets sent to all the devices. In other words, the packet gets copied, and each one of these devices would get sent the packet data. But instead, if I click here, you can see that it only goes to that one device that we selected. And if I click this again, the acknowledgement goes back to the device it was sent from, so it knows that that device that was sent the information did receive it, and it sends acknowledgement back. So if we go down here, I can delete this simulation. We can try one again. So if I click on this here, and if I want to have this as the source and this one here is the destination, then I can go here and click on capture then forward. Gets sent to the switch, then it gets sent to that device. Acknowledgement gets sent back to the source device, and there we had a successful data transfer using a switch. We can go here and delete, and again you can try this again. So I highly suggest you open up Cisco Packet Tracer, try this yourself so you can see how switches work. Hopefully the video was informative and useful. That's it for this one.